should be going live. Now we're live.
And now we are live. We are as punctual as ever, because, you know, as they like to say, minorities don't show up anywhere on time.
It's on mute.
And apparently it's also online as well. But we are here.
Okay, I think we're live. We are live.
We are live. You get to see us make these little flubs. We're trying our best to clear this out. But since we are live,
welcome to the show. Welcome to Enjoy the Buzz.
Buzz.
We missed you. It's been a long week without you. Like, I've been having, like, separation anxiety without this camera in front of my face.
I'm so
hear all my emotions.
sad. My shoulders hurt. My calves hurt. It does not have to do with physical exercise whatsoever. That's emotional pain,
Just
not physical
emotional pain. Yeah. How are you guys? Let us know. Our boy, Homie Financial, he's been, like, doing a lot, actually. Like, it's surprising the reception he's gotten. And, I don't know if you want to talk about it a little more.
Yeah, so we dropped the trailer of the sketch that's going to be debuting this week. It was a very ambitious project, and it's kind of showing exactly as everything else is moving in production value.
We dope as fuck.
We trying to make sure our sketches are also upping the production value. And Homie Financial got a great opportunity.
You really did.
To talk
really
about
did.
something that's near and dear to his heart. And maybe he's talking to his hyena. You don't know.
Maybe. After the snippet, though, I got a little hungry for tortas. Let me tell you.
But I think it's best to let the art speak for itself. So without further ado, our very special sketch.
Let's get it.
Hey baby girl, you know I got that money for real. It's the homie. Yeah, I got something to say. Mi torta. Well, it's early in the morning and my wallet's feeling lonely. Just feeding you, baby, got my credit feeling dead. And I don't know how to take it, but driving me so crazy. You be eating all night, I can't afford the bread. 5 in the morning, and I still can't sleep. Thinking about you, Lord, I see it makes me weak. I'm feeling breathless under you. I don't know what to do, you eat for more than two. Baby, I'm on. See, you got wrong. Then what am I feeling? What am I doing wrong? I'm on. See, you got wrong. Is this an illusion? Baby, possess my car. Girl, now you're twice the lady, and you crush me every night. I don't know what to do, I'm going out of my mind. But your roles hypnotize me, watching you is exciting. We could eat together, I can watch it all night. The way you eat makes me feel like a man. Baby, I wish you'd understand. Cause the way you eat those Castillos keeps me up all night. 5 in the morning, and I still can't sleep. Thinking about your chota, it makes me weak. I'm feeling breathless at home. I don't know what to do, I think I'm in love. Oh, see, I got what am I feeling? What am I doing wrong? I'm on. See, I got is this an illusion? Baby, possess my car. Ooh, I love the way you eating like that. Ooh, I love the way you eating like that. Ooh, I love the way you eating like that. Tú es mi torta.
Homie Financial, everyone.
Homie
Round of applause for Homie Financial.
Shout out to the fucking character work done there.
Character work. He's a real life person.
No,
bro.
I'm saying he did amazing.
He did amazing.
Yeah, he fully encapsulated that
He ate
character
that
he
shit
went
up.
for.
He ate that shit up, bro.
Everything. I know I need a drink after watching it.
I'm not gonna complain.
I'll let you go first. All right.
I'm a little tangled there. I'm a little tangled there. I'm a little tangled.
Teamwork's made the dream work. There we go.
Teamwork makes the dream
dream
work.
work.
If you like leave with anything today, it's teamwork makes the dream work.
Mhm.
All right. If anything.
A lot of teamwork went into the sketch that you just saw, featuring Homie Financial.
I need like a lighter or something.
Like we were saying before, it's things are starting to level up, and they're starting to get
Yeah, we're really working hard on everything we're doing here for you guys.
the production value is going up.
We're
for
gonna
a
be
reason.
dope as fuck, you know. The BX ain't nothing. Joe Rogan, he ain't nothing. And most importantly, our only competition that we see in sight right now. I'm sorry, I'm jumping ahead in a little ladder. Our only competition is Dave Chappelle and Black Star.
So, I guess we'll go to our first topic. We'll cheers in a moment. But as you just mentioned, super crazy news that now there is the new top dog in the fucking podcast world. And just by name alone, they really just take a humongous amount of just credibility and cheers and star power. Just got announced, either today or yesterday, Dave Chappelle, Yasin Bell, or otherwise known as Mos Def, and Talib Kweli are coming out with a brand new podcast called Midnight Miracle.
Yo, those three have been like linked up for like the longest time. Like block parties since Dave Chappelle's early career.
Mhm.
You know, like they've been linked up for the longest time, which is pretty dope.
Yeah, so for those of you who don't know, like he was mentioning before the Chappelle Show even aired, before like the first episode was shot, Dave Chappelle was friends with Yasin Bey and Talib Kweli.
I'm still gonna say Mos Def.
I know, but he always talks about interview. I'm not Mos Def no more. I'm Yasin Bey. He makes it a point. That's what I'm trying to make it a point to say his name. But anyhow, it's.
I mean, like, sure, he's not wrong. Most definitely, he's not wrong. But like, it's how I know my boy, and I'm sorry. You know, I am like an older fan, so. Like, I will try to call you by your normal name, but, you know, I'm not going to put that much of an effort because, to me, you're Mos Def, you know?
But, yeah, there's a new fucking dog in the race, man. There's a new fucking...
What platforms is he going to be on?
I don't know, which, you know, we should really know this.
Yeah, we really should be doing our homework a little more.
It's not that we're not doing our homework. It's because we're confident in ourselves that we don't need to know our competition. We don't know what platform's going to be on because we're going to get them every platform. We're going to get them on the YouTube. We're going to get them on the Twitch, the Spotify's.
Okay, you know how exclusivity is a big thing now, you know? The video game industry really, like, made that a thing, and now it's, like, definitely bled onto every other fucking industry, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, like, alright, let's think about Joe Rogan, okay? Joe Rogan has been the pinnacle of podcasting everything, okay? That's like most people's favorite. That's the one at least everyone knows about. That's this generation's Howard Stern show, you get me? Right? But, like, he's been on Spotify for a while, and now I'm not really having these cool, so I saw Joe Rogan the other day. Oh, listen on Joe Rogan the other day. I have premium. You have premium. Everyone has Spotify premium. But none of us are really watching the Joe Rogan show anymore since he's left YouTube.
Yeah, it's that thing where it's like, the less convenient you make it, the less likely people are going to go out to watch it. Because honestly, I have never watched a full Joe Rogan Experience episode ever.
I definitely have, but I had like office jobs where I was allowed to have free time, you know? Like when I was doing too much, my boss would be like, dude, if you finish enough, we can't really like have you come for more days, so slow it down. And I'd finish my work like 2 hours into the 8-9 hour shift. So I'd be like, all right, I'll watch all of Joe Rogan's shit, right?
See, I have the attention span of a peanut that's been roasting in the sun for about 3 weeks in Arizona. I can only watch the clips.
Okay, I'm with you there, but when you're stuck in your chair and you're getting paid and you can't like really go out as often to get, you know, or do something to preoccupy yourself, you have no choice but to like stay there and watch something, you know?
I guess different strokes for different folks. I kind of more go into like the nerdier aspect of YouTube.
It takes different strokes. It takes different strokes.
Speaking of old school sitcoms, actually, nice transition that I'm gonna use. Another
that was
news,
totally intentional.
Jaleel White, you know, our other celebrity news. Jaleel White recently dressed up as Steve Urkel for the first time in I don't know how many years. And he did this on 420. The reason why is because he's now released his own Purple Urkel weed.
He just told me this right before we went on live.
Uh-huh.
That surprises the fuck out of me, bro. Growing up to Urkel and, like, you know, always being kind of nerdy growing up, and then, like, it's so funny, like, you know, like, this is someone you would see, like, oh, like, he'll stay straight edge all the time, and my, like, 8-year-old self will be, like, watching the reruns on ABC Family, like, yeah, like, that's someone to look up to, and now I'm, like, not the best influence.
I don't know.
Now
man.
he is, like, representing marijuana. I'm just like, fuck yeah, that is so exciting.
I feel like Stefan was smoking, you know, his alternate ego back then.
I don't think Stefan was.
Yeah,
Stefan was way too much of a player. He's like Stefan. Okay, the way I see Stefan, like he goes to the club, he gets like the strongest drink, but he's like he sits on it from beginning to end, making it look like he's had many, but he's sleeping on it beginning to end to make it look like yeah, like I partied too, but no, he's playing chess.
Okay.
Urkel is like just full on honesty. He's a nerd. Stefan's like, bro, I'm playing chess here. Like I'm gonna make it look like I'm getting fucked up, but I ain't getting fucked up. I'm watching you fools, and then like I'm gonna fucking make sure like when y'all done, I'm gonna take care of the situation here.
So that's way more thought than I ever had for Stefan ever. So I'm impressed about that one. And again, I'm using this transition. Okay, so now we're living in a world where, you know, where weed is becoming a lot more popular. It's becoming a lot more, you know, commonplace.
Seth Rogen's making this shit turning into Target.
Exactly.
Turning into, like,
even 420 is kind of losing some of its mystique too.
It really
it's
is.
like oh yeah, you know, well most people are smoking like every day. It's not like, you know, just a tagline. Like people, it's pretty convenient to be a pothead.
And it's like people who are like they got their shit together now.
Yeah.
Like they're more likely to be potheads, at least in the area we live in, than people who aren't. You know,
So,
like I told you earlier. All my pothead friends wish me a 420 before 10 a.m. Before 10 a.m. I was the last one to respond because like I was awake but not mentally ready to reply to messages just yet, you know?
So exactly, that's the thing. Is like we're now seeing a lot more productive people. We're now seeing celebrities really getting to the mix of cannabis and the marijuana industry in general. You know, we like you said, yeah, Seth Rogen with the Houseplant. That's his company with his writer best friend kind of person. That's wildly successful. Sells cannabis in California, but sells a whole bunch of other shit in Canada. Does really well. You know, Snoop Dogg has his own fucking strains. And he has his own strains. He has his own fucking pens.
Yeah, him and Tommy have their own conglomerate of a lot of bullshit that's made right now.
Ice Cube and
Wiz.
YG just came out with new strains. Wiz and fucking, you know, we now have Steve Urkel. So we're living in a world where celebrity is that a far off idea of celebrities either have an alcohol brand or they got a weed brand.
I want some of that Urkel Kush though. I'm not gonna lie. I want that OG Urkel.
Purple Urkel. That's a pretty dope fucking name.
Yeah,
not gonna lie.
right. Purple Urkel.
So now we're in this world where, you know, celebrities get into the mix and like we're seeing them using their own characters to kind of really sell that, you know, image or really trying to sell it.
Yeah, definitely.
So
yeah.
I'm interested now. Who would you love to see fucking bust out their own strain of weed, either as themselves or as one of the characters they played back in the day?
I would like Brent and Jermaine to come out with their own strain. If you don't know who they are, from Flight of the Conchords, bro. I want to get like so stupid high where like he asks me a question and I'm like, yep. Okay, what did that have to do with my question? And he repeats the question and I'm like, well, I'm sorry, mate. Like Apple's the question. You sound like you're Australian. No, New Zealand accent. You know, like I just want to get like so like. I want to get so high where I come up with Eagle versus Shark. I want to get so high where I'm the giant snail from Moana. I want to get so high where I win a fucking Oscar for doing the Muppets. That's how high I want to get. So that's the strain I want.
I feel like they would also have that, like, they would also have that name it, like, Apple, fucking epileptic dogs.
I think that will go over people's head. Maybe epileptic dogs will be a good one. And 0001
or hippopotamus, the rhinoceros.
Yeah,
I feel like that'd be a dope strain, actually.
That one would be very great. That would be, yeah. Yeah, I could fuck with that one. Hippopotamus? Yeah, I'll fuck with that. What about you?
And we talked about it a little bit earlier. just because he's been one of the very most common potheads that you've seen since a very long time. I want to see Dave Chappelle. I want to see his strands. I want to see what he busts out, because this is also the man who fucking got a horse super high for a movie.
Yeah, bro. He fucking, according to his stand-up, he got high with Navajo Indians.
Mm-hmm.
He got high with like white people who suck carrot up each other's butts. You know,
What the
like.
fuck? I did not know that one.
No, Pete. No. Like, yeah, for sure. That'd be cool.
Yeah, I feel like Dave Chappelle would have some really dope strains to pick from, especially from such a weed connoisseur for so long. Like, whatever he picks in that in his lineup, that shit's gonna fucking hit.
I would love to just get stuck in the mental behind what allows him to come up with the fucking topics he brings up. Man,
Yeah.
imagine that'd be cool to sit on.
That'd be super sick. Yeah, just
like
kind of see where his headspace is at. Kind of have a little bit of a look behind the mirror kind of thing.
Yeah, I'm cool with that. Who do you think, Malcolm?
Well, if I did smoke,
Malcolm.
If you did smoke,
If you did.
what celebrity would you love to see make their own strand?
Jackie Chan.
Why the fuck is that the
Oh,
correct answer
bro.
to a question that should not have?
Yeah.
Okay,
hell yeah.
alright.
I can get
Right.
behind that
Wait a minute.
1000%.
You fucked the whole shit up because you gave too damn good of an answer. What movies from Jackie Chan? What characters are we using to name the strains off?
All right. How many characters can I choose?
As many as you need to.
Okay.
One of them
I'ma
has to
just
be.
go
You know what?
through.
Hold on. Oh, you're
Huh.
gonna do 3? You know what? Let's
Mhm.
do a personal Malcolm top flight.
Yeah,
Ooh.
personal Malcolm.
You gotta do 4.
Fucking throw it on him,
Yeah. I gotta make
So-
mini cams for us.
bro.
Top flight. Let's just 3. It's just 3. 3. All right. First one, Drunken Master.
That's a good one. That's a real good one.
Because that shit will get you elevated, but at the same time, you would be acting the fool,
Imagine
But
you being
you
so
know-
high you act like you drunk.
right?
That's
Like
a good
you're
strat.
so high, you just everyone knows that you're high, but you're so functional at what you're doing. It's so good. No one can say shit. It's just amazing. Drunken Master. Two. Now this is a little difficult one, but I would have to go with Tuxedo. I don't know if anyone remembers that
I remember
movie, The
Tuxedo.
Tuxedo, but like there was something about that where it just had he just had an ability to be the best martial artist just by wearing a piece of tux. Now think about this: the strain that gives you the ability to do what you know you could do. You just procrastinate too much, you know. But once you just smoke that, all of a sudden you got shit done. That's the Tuxedo brand. That's that strain, Tuxedo.
Ooh.
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 All right. Third one. This one. Let's see. I would have to give it to. All right, I forgot the title, but it was like he had this really big fight scene on top of a rooftop, and
Russia?
it was this, this one big guy who he couldn't take down, and he had to like it was weird. Something like Rumble in
Oh, Rumble in Little Tokyo?
Yeah,
I think
something
that's
like
what
that.
It's something like that. Or like,
Yeah.
it's something along that naming convention. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know
Something
what you're talking
along
about.
that line. All right, so if you guys know what I'm talking about, it's a beautiful movie. Don't quote me because I do not know the. But yeah, that will be my final strain for Jackie Chan because it will get you to the point where you can do whatever you can possibly think of, and then you just all of a sudden crash.
I like
what
that.
it would do.
I like how every single one of these strands that you offered is always a different kind of life feeling to it.
Yeah.
But that's my top flight.
All right, that's Malcolm's top flight.
Yeah.
All right, let's just do one each real quick. I'll go first.
All right, do your thing.
You said it, but I was thinking about it. I even thought of a tagline and how it works. It's the rush hour strain, right? You know, that's the go-to one.
That's the go-to one.
Because the whole point of it is that you're not gonna understand the words that are coming out of my mouth after you smoke it, because that shit just make your tongue feel like so cotton mouth that you just like, but you're chilling and you're having a good time, but just the words don't sound right afterwards.
Bro,
I feel like that'd be dope.
Every time about like movie reference, the brown bomber from Grandma's Boy. The brown bomber from Grandma's Boy. It gets you so high you fucking shit on yourself.
I think people will want to buy a strain that will let you live. Like, okay. Imagine you just go to your homie's place and he's like, yo, hey, I got that new shit. Hey, what you got? I got that shit that makes you shit yourself.
But
I don't think it's that appealing for him to be like, bro, let me. But if you have that shit, like, it's like, I got this shit that will make you pass away and resurrect you at the same time. People will be like, oh, but like,
right.
I have the shit that will make you shit yourself. I don't.
I mean, but
honestly, I think I'll be like,
I mean, but like, it's one of those things where there's just the novelty behind it.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm trying to get at. Like,
okay.
There's the novelty behind it. I want to make sure, like, I'm not working that day. I'm not answering any phone calls. I'm close to the restroom.
I'm gonna sit in the bathtub. I'm gonna just wait.
It's a strain that you can get comfortable with.
Exactly.
Okay.
It's a strain where it's like, I want to get rid of all my free radicals, you know?
It makes sense.
In a very radical way of doing it.
In a very radical way of doing it. Okay, instead of going through that juice cleanse, bro, just smoke a couple, and then you're just chilling. Oh fuck, man,
And
that's
then
nasty.
Another Grandma's Boy reference. You know, if you know, you know.
If
you need to get up, you hit the Frankenstein, and you're out the door, and you're good to go.
But like, once you hear antlers growing, like, just stay at home.
Yeah, just stay home, because you don't want to antagonize the lion. This is probably movie references that are going over everyone's head right now.
But, you know, while we're at it, let's talk about movies.
Yeah, let's talk about movies.
We got a pretty cool trailer that came out.
There is a really dope trailer that just came out.
And, you know, we're nerds and shit, you know, so it's obviously going to be about a Marvel trailer.
And you know we like talking about Marvel, man.
That is what it is. It is what it is.
So, like you mentioned, brand new trailer dropped, Shang-Chi and the Ten Rings. I really hope I got the title down correctly. If not, we're going to be called racist. Anyhow, moving forward. The premise of the movie, it's actually following the story of the Ten Rings, which is heavily involved with the real Mandarin, not Ben Kingsley. And it's following
They gotta bring back Ben Kingsley.
They got you in some format.
They gotta.
Shang-Chi is the son of the Mandarin who's refusing to kind of go into the criminal underworld and wants to be a good guy.
Right.
I thought the trailer looked super fucking dope. It really gave me like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon fucking vibe.
Really?
But like, it's like, okay, how do you do that in the Marvel universe?
I can see how that would be hard.
Yeah.
Sure.
It was a question I never thought to ever have, but that was the answer to that question. And it looks fucking dope. It
My
really does.
biggest like tripe was honestly like Iron Fist. Like that's the one that has kept me like the most away. So, and honestly, they're also like very different. They're not really the same thing, but just like the similarities in the name just really kind of like. I haven't watched the trailer yet, but every time I'm like, you know, downing a Marvel fucking property, I always end up loving it anyway. So, like, you know, I'm being reserved, but I'm sure I'll love it.
Yeah, there is that concern because, you know, it's very martial arts based. It's very like, you know, it's hand-to-hand combat. And Iron Fist, like, that was kind of the poster boy. Really did not work out. They chose
a little bit. The most basic fucking slice of American craft cheese you can fucking get.
Man. I had Wonder Bread that's had more flavor than what was going on that show. It was very bland. It was very basic. So to see this variation of it, like, it's very Eastern film inspired. Like, it's
that's
very
cool. I'm excited for that
mentality. And it's another thing where Marvel's like, all right, we're gonna throw a curveball at you, and you're gonna take it, and you're gonna like it.
And I love that Marvel is so fucking like easy to step out of the box. They're so great at it, and they always executed, and they always hire the right people for the team to make sure it fucking fulfills that
Very
vision.
true. Also, fucking shout out to Aquafina, dude, because she's gonna be in the movie.
I love Aquafina. She's all over the fucking place.
And
I've
that's
been a big fan of her for a very long time.
That's the part that fucking trips me
She's
out.
amazing.
Just the meteoric rise of Aquafina
You're right.
being like one of the quintessential Asian female American actors.
I don't even fucking see it that way, bro. Like, it's
Mm-hmm.
kind of annoying. I get, like, we need to celebrate each other's representation. I just see her as dope as fuck,
No,
bro.
and that's the thing. It's like
Yeah.
it's not like, oh, she's trying to pioneer for the Asian community. At least I don't see it that way. She's a dope actress.
Yeah.
Always fucking kills it. Like in Jumanji, did not expect her to be a
Did
great
not.
Danny DeVito.
She was
And
awesome.
Danny Glover.
She was awesome.
Fucking
She had a lot of character.
clutched
Yo,
it.
yeah, hell yeah.
So, my big fear of like, are they gonna take it too serious? With Aquafina, dude, I'm in love the fact that she can bring her comedy chops.
I am
to a
pretty
film like
stoked that
this.
she's also gonna join the MCU though.
Yeah.
That's pretty fucking dope. Hell yeah.
It's
Go
super
fucking
cool.
Aquafina.
Yeah, it's super cool. So I'm super excited for it. I know it's a lot of people are apprehensive about it because of Iron Fist, but I think it's gonna be a dope fucking movie, dude.
Yeah. You know what? Honestly, yeah. Like,
Mhm.
I have a lot of like, I don't know. Like, I have a lot of hope for it for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, because of Iron Fist, I just have a little staleness about fucking.
I feel
movies
like
that.
Iron Fist is the only show that actually went wrong. Oh, actually, no, that's incorrect. Inhumans went wrong. Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Okay,
went wrong.
but like, okay, but Netflix, like, Marvel
Yeah, of those
franchises,
Netflix
yeah,
shows.
yeah.
But, we have been wrong before. We doubted the show, and it ended up turning pretty good. Now we can talk about it, because you're up to date about it.
I am up to date.
We can now talk about Falcon and the Winter Soldier and give a small review for it and our predictions for the final episode. So, you was a person who was very resistant. We were both really
I was
resistant
actually
to
the most open in the beginning, which is funny.
it. Uh-huh.
I was the most open in the beginning. You were the most hesitant about liking it. And then 2 episodes in, I loved where I left off. But I'm just like, it's seeming a little fucking dry.
Yeah.
So I gave it a break, you
Mhm.
know? Which I'm glad I did because I was able to watch it all, like the last
Mhm.
3 episodes in repetition before the new one coming out tomorrow. Woo woo.
So, for you watching it now, because I've been, beaming about how much I'm actually, really enjoying the show
Yeah.
every week. So, now that you've seen it, what is your opinions of the show?
Okay, one, as far as Disney standards go, I love how graphic and daring they've
Yes.
gotten with the MCU universe. Like, sure, like a lot of the deaths are like off scene, but you kind of still like they give you enough where you could like put your imagination together, and like it's graphic and like they're killing like innocent people, which it's not something I'm trying to see or promote, but like it's starting to show Marvel like less as a comic book movie, but more as like this is starting to feel real. There is like there is weight, like everything is a little more dense, like and that woman who went on killing a lot of people and blowing up buildings with people tied up, fucking execution style. What threw me off though is like they're still trying to find like a common ground, like you're better than this and shit like that. Like, no, this bitch is fucking crazy. She is just like annihilating people. So like at that point, like I get what Sam is trying to do, but alright, like that has me a little thrown off. Like, come on, bro. Like she is straight up killing innocent people. Why are we trying to talk it out? But overall, like I'm fucking digging it. Zemo's kind of fucking badass. I couldn't stand him. He felt like he was like forced into the Winter Soldier. But like now it's like he's not that character at all. Like, if they gave him a different role with a new character, it would have felt that way. But I'm glad we're pulling from someone else. But like it's all fun. It's all exciting.
Yeah, and I think that was the biggest thing for me too. Is like I was really surprised at how much fun I was having watching it because. Watching WandaVision,
Right.
there's a lot of crazy shit. So, like, just because of the nature of, like, we've never seen this before, this is, like, groundbreaking territory for the Marvel, universe.
They
That's
really
why-
double down on the weird.
So that was, that's why it was so entertaining and, so captivating because, what's new? What can they possibly dish out? And Falcon and the Winter Soldier is, just straight up just fun to watch.
Yeah.
And it's just, you don't really have to go past your suspension of disbelief for a lot of different things. A lot of stuff makes sense. And a lot of stuff is like shit, you know, like it's really intense. But you're enjoying yourself as you're watching it, and the really like brutal parts, you know, seeing fucking Captain America decapitated dude
That shit was
the
fucking
shield.
crazy in front of like a fucking field of people photographing
and
him.
it's like, dude, like that was so intense, and I was fucking hooked to the TV, and it's like I can't believe they did this.
When I saw
can't
that,
believe they
my
went for
mouth
it.
was open.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
And
Before they even talked about the repercussions, I was like, yo, this is big.
yeah, and everything,
Yeah.
like you don't see blood on the shield, like that never fucking happens.
Yeah.
Like Cap never really did that. And so to see all these different things in a very standard universe, and I'm so invested into it, again, it's like, man, I gotta give it up to fucking Jon Favreau.
Jon Favreau, let's go.
We need to have a Favreau slide. we need to have a Favreau animation.
That should be our thumbnail, honestly, like our logo. One thing that bugs me though, Sharon, she's so like pissy, bro. Like, she knew what she signed herself up to. She was so
Yeah.
chill about it in Winter Soldier. She knew exactly what she was doing, and now she's acting like, oh, this is your guys' fault. You guys like. She makes it seem like, you know, she had no choice in the matter.
Yeah, and also I will agree with that, and this is like another tad bit too, because Sharon also technically hooked up with her grandmother's boyfriend and was fully aware of it.
Yeah, so she's
and
clearly
didn't
not
say
like the best person to
anything.
fucking like get any great advice from. But like, yo, why is she fucking pissed? She made that decision, you know? Like, she went out of her way to do it. Cap was even like, you sure do you know what you're getting yourself up to? Like, yeah, it's okay, I'll flee it. It's all good. Sorry, all of a sudden that food dies, and now she has a problem. You know?
But like, I would agree with though. You know, even though Sharon Carter is kind of like some of her motivations are kind of weird because we also don't know what's gonna happen in the last episode.
Right.
There was also a lot of reshoots too, so the tempo of some stuff is kind of weird.
Yeah.
But another thing I want to give like a shout out to for this show is just how much stuff that they actually kind of predicted to happen. Because remember, this is supposed to come out early 2020. Like,
right.
This was like this was like in May, April 2020. This is supposed to originally drop. The stuff that they're covering in the show is actually kind of wild to see how much they predicted. Mind you, they bring up the whole, can a black man be Captain America?
Mm-hmm.
Echoing kind of the George.
And I loved how they did that.
Yeah, it's
but
really
I'm not
well
like,
executed.
a lot of it felt forced and campy.
Some of it did, but it's like, it's interesting for me to see that like they went out of the approach, and then without them knowing, you know, in the near future, George Floyd stuff kind of happened. There.
Yeah.
And then, you know, a large part of the show they got written out was that they were supposed to have a viral infection, a pandemic, and that all got written out of the show. This was all done before Corona was even a thing.
It's crazy.
So it's like, it's super cool to see, or like, not cool, but it's like interesting to see just how good these writers were about, like, just predicting stuff even if it wasn't intentional.
Yeah.
And it just shows you know how good the writing was.
And a lot of these stories come from like really, really old stories too already that have been figured out and disciplined. So like, science fiction is not fiction, and I don't really want to go too much into this, but like we've been having the government, the Pentagon, the military confirming a lot of UFO shit, and their leading scientists are starting to say, they literally said this. They said, whatever you thought was unbelievable and wrote off as science fiction, start to expect that coming up in the years to come.
Did not know that. That's actually insane.
And that's like U.S. government officials from many different official branches like starting to say that. And they're starting to like say like footage, they're starting to like stop trying to like make them false. They're actually starting to agree like, yeah, these are UFOs. We can't figure it out.
Damn, that is crazy.
Like, these past couple of weeks, like they've been saying some crazy shit, and like I told my roommate about it, and like our thoughts are like, obviously they've been knowing about this, but I think so much of this information is coming out right now. You know, first you have this shit coming out with talking about pandemic futurisms. I'm sorry to like go on this weird tangent, but like I feel like we're getting dripped a little bit of the disbelief so the masses could be like, once they finally come, they could be like subconsciously like warmed up to it.
So kind of like desensitizing the masses to be more open to the idea.
Exactly.
Okay, I get that.
Yes.
You know, I get it because like as we see a lot of like crazy shit happening, we tend to get desensitized from violence,
Right.
And especially, people say all the time, video games make people like really violent. In reality, it just makes them kind of more okay with that. And like, we see that, there's a really big movie coming out soon. Something that is near and dear to our hearts, which is Mortal Kombat. Which is one of the biggest proponents of desensitizing violence.
That's like one of the most OG violent games. That game is the reason why we have a parental advisory on our fucking video games.
MSRP.
That is the reason why we have rated M and all that shit. It's because
y'all
Mortal
knew
Kombat.
what you were doing. With
That didn't exist before. It was groundbreaking territory. And even the first movie when it came out, it was like, all right, this is some new shit that we're really
I love the
fucking
first
around
movie,
with.
and I'll defend the shit out of the first movie.
New movie is coming out as of recording this. It is what? April 22nd. Months are off. I'm thinking in the future right now. I'm playing a lot of stuff. Movie that's my own shit. But anyways, it's April 22nd. Movie comes out tomorrow.
So excited.
What are your predictions? Who do you want to see? What do you think is maybe happening? Because there's a lot of dope shit that could potentially happen.
I've always been that kind of person where, like, yes, I definitely love, like, my OG representation. But, like, I like, when I like a franchise, I like to grow with the franchise. And I love all the new fucking characters. So, like, I want a good mix of all the characters. I want a lot of characters to get withheld. So, like, they'll be there in future fucking movies. Because one thing I do not want is a lot of resurrections. Where, let's say, if Scorpion were to die in this movie. Okay, Scorpion's the worst example because he's already dead.
He's already dead.
Yeah, so he's the easiest to get brought back, alright? But, okay, let's say maybe, like, Liu Kang. If he were to die, I don't want him to be in any fucking sequels. I don't want no Fast Furious fucking shit where they bring him back. Like, Fast and Furious, Han is my favorite character in the franchise. 100%. And I'm pissed off that they're bringing him back. Am I gonna watch him in the movie? Yes, of course, it's Han. But I'm still pissed off about it, okay? So, like, that's one thing I'm hoping that Mortal Kombat does, is not resurrect dead people. So, as far as my prediction goes, who I want to see, for starters, the brothers are known to get brought back to life. So, obviously, for the first film, I want fucking Scorpion and Sub-Zero. I know that's the easiest call, but I want those two to fucking do their classic duke it out. Because, like, you cannot fucking have anything Mortal Kombat without those two fucking duking it out.
Very true. Very true. Yeah, they're the poster boys.
They are the poster boys. They really
can't get away with that. You may see something for next week's episode, but that's depending on our own production stuff. Anyhow.
Yeah.
For me, I want to see some characters that we really haven't seen before on screen before. Noob Saibot, which would be dope to see. But I would understand why they wouldn't want to put that on screen, because that's kind of a ridiculous name for people to take serious.
Yeah.
As just a movie watcher and not someone who played the games beforehand. The other thing I want to see the cyborgs. I want to see at least one of the 3 different cyborgs. I forgot the name of the yellow one. He was like one of my favorite to play, and I kind of annoyed that I don't remember the name right now. But I would love to see one of the cyborgs in there, because we're in the 21st century now. We're seeing a lot more technology. I think it wouldn't be a bad idea to have one of the cyborgs fucking show up and just like fucking stun on some dudes, because they're really dope, dude.
I want to see a cyborg going against Baracho. And Baracho's acid just raining on the wiring and shit like that.
Baracho, even just having Baracho, dude, we have never seen him on screen.
I would love to see him on screen.
On screen,
I think he's my number one
amazing.
person I want to see on screen who hasn't been before.
All right, so we have some decent predictions right now. Do you think that it's gonna be all overworld stuff? Do you think we're going to the underworld? What do you think might be happening in terms?
Well, like, you gotta realize, like, this is like a Warner Brothers franchise, and HBO is trying to go fucking crazy with all these like multi-universe things. And Mortal Kombat is very famous for having multi-universe things going on. So, like, as corny as it sounds, that's not a movie I want to take seriously. That's a movie I go to eat popcorn. I like popcorn, but it's a popcorn movie. I want them to do what the game does and find some kind of weird breach of dimensions where we start having the mascots of these horror slasher films start coming in little by little through the franchises.
That is true, because remind me if I'm correct, or correct me if I'm wrong. I said that phrase completely correctly. Isn't the horror franchise owned by Warner Brothers, like the Mummy series and everything, like that whole?
A lot of them are owned by Universal.
Okay, so I'm incorrect on that one.
But like Universal, they like those bigger film companies. They like to tag team a lot more.
True.
You know? And like I'm sure like there's a lot of horror films that I don't know if Alien is Warner Brothers, for example.
Yeah, actually, there's a lot of different representatives that have been showing up in Mortal Kombat.
So I would love like big time horror representatives to like slowly bleed into the Mortal Kombat universe and it becomes the universe.
Actually, now I think about it, I think the game is produced by Warner Brothers too. I think it's like in part being produced, so it wouldn't be far off for Warner Brothers to get licensing for other horrors.
Yeah,
dude, that would actually be fucking amazing if somehow in some way Mortal Kombat also links in like horror elements that we had
in the
DC
universe too. Imagine an Injustice movie, bro. An Injustice movie. Holy shit, that would be so dope. That would be so dope.
I actually kind of I can't talk right now because I just thought about it. I'm like, wait a minute, that's the dopest fucking idea.
I would love an Injustice movie.
All right.
And there's so many DC universes that are in theatrically right now.
Correct. I'm gonna do some Charlie Day shit and connect a whole bunch of random dots on a map that don't make any fucking sense. So, all right. Think about it this way: we have the Injustice universe. Joker has also been featured in Mortal Kombat. He's a playable character in the most recent Mortal Kombat DLC pack. And then also with that aspect, NetherRealm made Mortal Kombat as well as in the Injustice series. So that's their nice connection there. Dude, there's so much possibility, especially since the new Batman film is supposed to be a more aggressive, more violent version of Batman. Dude, it's a potential possibility. We may be overthinking the shit way too much.
I think like, if they don't do this, if we don't get an Injustice Mortal Kombat movie, I'm gonna be hella pissed off.
Because it's
DC,
perfect.
get your fucking shit straight, alright? This is your chance to fucking finally compete with the Marvel universe, alright?
You had a hard reset with the fucking Snyder cut.
People Zack Snyder didn't do all that, bro. Come on.
Yeah, like, you got the availability. People want a clean slate. Wrap that shit up in a new fucking different rubber. I don't know why I said it like that. But anyway, sure, perform. Mortal Kombat being put into the limelight. And if it does well, we can see so much different shit. Because it's a video game movie, and this video game, there's so much shit, man.
And when that shit kind of
imagine
happens,
the Ninja Turtles
like
fighting.
That would be fucking dope.
Oh!
And the thing is, like, and the thing is, like, when these universes collide and stuff like that, it's gonna get to the point where the good and the bad of their own universes are gonna have to be like, yo, we don't like each other, but link up to beat these fucking assholes, you know?
Yeah, dude.
That would be fucking cool.
And that's what happens in the Injustice universe. So MK fucking shows up in Metropolis. MK shows up in fucking Gotham City. Dude, you got Baraka showing up, just eviscerating people. Fuck yeah, Superman's gonna try to say some shit.
They're just fucking flatlining all of Metropolis, and you try to stop them, you gotta be like, no, wait, Clint, I know who the fuck you are. If you want to save these people, we have to do a fucking full-on battle to the death. We have to do
Alright.
Mortal Kombat.
I know we did one of these a little bit earlier, but I just only want one answer from each person.
Fuck it, 2 answers each person.
Fuck it, 2 answers each
Pull
person.
up Malcolm in.
Pull up the Malcam. Alright.
Hello.
Let's say, fantasy booking right now. We're borrowing that term from wrestling. Fantasy booking, okay? We get an Injustice movie.
Right.
We get the Mortal Kombat characters in the Injustice movie. Who do you want to see duke it out? 1v1.
1v1.
What?
From Injustice?
No, any DC
Versus
character.
DC versus
any
Mortal Kombat.
character. Who you want to see? All shit's thrown down. It's a battle to the death. Only one can stand, and we're doing some death battle shit here. Who lives and who dies?
Okay, I want to see some sexy shit.
Oh, okay, that's an option. That's a good option.
Okay, I want to see Cassie Cage versus Selena Kyle.
All right.
Hand to hand, fucking black latex, fucking, fucking, a lot of leg work going on, a lot of like sus lesbo moves going on. That's what I want to see. That's what I want to see. And like they both have different characters, so like Selena will say like the seductive shit that's kind of sexy, and then like Cassie would say like the kind of tomboyish shit, but that's still kind of sexy because she's fighting another chick. That's my answer. That's my answer.
Okay. All right, Malcolm, you want to throw one into the mix, or are you seeing some time?
Shit. Jax versus Cyborg.
Oh man, that's kind of dope.
Oh, that's so good.
I don't think anything could top that.
Malcolm
one.
be throwing some heavy hitter.
Yeah, that's kind of dope.
That is sick.
Yeah.
Actually.
Metal versus metal. Let's go.
Oh.
Duke it out. Like,
I can get behind that, bro.
Damn,
Right.
I was gonna be. I can't think of anything now.
Honestly, I'm not the proudest of mine. Even like before I said it, I didn't want to wait too long.
I don't know. For me, I think it would be super interesting to see like fucking. You know, it's kind of standard, but I do want to see like God versus God kind of thing, like Raiden versus Shazam or Black Adam. Cause like they're very lightning based fucking characters.
Yeah, okay, Raiden is my favorite Mortal Kombat character.
Mhm.
I feel like both Shazam and Black Adam will body Raiden.
No, they would.
Yeah.
But I want to see them try.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, he's always been my favorite MK character.
Raiden
but he
always
will
gets
bodied.
slapped by everyone, dude. Like that's his character arc. I am the god of the overrealm.
but he's just peaceful.
But like Baraka fucked me up though.
Everyone fucked me up.
He is
though.
too peaceful, and like that's kind of my MO too. So I'm not like trying to bag on it, but it's getting his ass beat.
Hey,
all
Liu
the time.
King, man, fucking Shao Kahn keeps on bullying me. I know you're a human, and all you really know is more like martial arts, like the basic stand of it. But can you help me out, man?
Can you
No,
save
I will
my
not
ass?
help you out because this is a learning lesson for you, son. For some wise.
It's like, I'm
White
a
man
god,
thinks
but
you
like
should.
my brother's bullying me. So
Yeah.
can you, a human, help me? Cause
So-
my brother.
I mean, I would like to see Raiden try and put up a fight. You know, try and do like the fucking dash he
Yeah.
does. I know he won't win, but I want to see it.
Yeah, for sure. It's like my friend sent me like a video, like, oh, Deku versus like a character from Naruto, and I was like, I've never seen Naruto, but from what I hear about it, I know he's gonna get wiped. I don't want to watch it anyway, and I watched it really hoping for the best for him. He got wiped. That's how I feel about Raiden. I love the shit out of Raiden, but he's gonna get wiped.
Uh-huh.
He's actually very mid-tier compared to his own fucking class of
Alright.
franchises.
So I'll give a second one that may be a little bit more interesting.
Okay.
Mainly because, you know, this is hysterical to me, and I would love to see this on film. Gorilla Grodd versus Goro.
That'd be cool.
The fucking 4-armed horse demon versus the giant gorilla man.
You know what'd be cool?
What's up?
That chick, you know, when she kisses you and she sucks all your organs out and spit out the bones.
There's not Melina.
I was gonna say Melina, but I was unsure of myself.
Fuck.
Yeah,
I know who you're
Yeah,
talking
okay.
about. Yeah.
her versus King Shark. Who has the best? Who has the best throat? We're gonna figure it out. We're gonna figure it out in this new fucking Mortal Kombat movie. Who
Someone's
got
gonna
the
get
best
sucked
throat?
off. Someone's gonna get sucked off to the death, man. That's fucking awesome. Alright, Malcolm. Do you have anything else? Because I know the Jack Cyborg one. That's some top tier shit.
Who else I would like to see?
Mhm.
Let's see. Sub-Zero versus Aquaman.
Well, that's an easy wipe.
But wait, you never know because Aquaman has the trident.
True.
And Sub-Zero can only freeze to a certain amount. Like if he
That is also
keeps like
correct.
pounding on, and
Mhm.
also he has animals to help him with, like the
Mhm.
sea life to help him with. So he could do some shit, you know. He could get some giant sharks to bite the shit out of that ice cube, and it will just shatter him and the ice cube. You never know. But it'll be interesting.
Sub-Zero Japanese?
I think
Yes.
all the characters
Yeah, they are Japanese.
Well, then they're really good at
Stop.
killing whales and dolphins. So like, I think they'll be fine, honestly.
So let's go with a little fucked up route too. Well, immediately when you said that, I'm like, what if Aquaman like sends like a bunch of fucking like dolphins and like swordfish after him? Sub-Zero's like, oh, you want to send these animals after me? I'm gonna freeze them bitches and then hit you with them bitches. And that's a fucking
Yeah.
popsicle.
And then once he's fucking KO, he's gonna take all those frozen fishes to the fish market. Get paid, get that bag. It was a good ass day for
But
Sub-Zero.
here's the
Aquaman get them hands and then Sub-Zero get that cash.
But
Get
here's the
that
thing: if Aquaman was smart,
Huh.
he would command and a tidal wave onto Sub-Zero, right?
That is true.
Here's the thing. Sub-Zero's first instinct would be to freeze the water around him, right? To make a shield, right? But Aquaman, if he was smart, he would know that and throw his trident at full fucking force. So while he's freezing that, his mind is freezing the water right in the middle. It's just trident right there, dead. I mean, come on.
I don't think it'd be that easy. I feel like
I
Sub-Zero
know,
could
but
play.
like if he was smart, he could play his like cards right because he could have advantage over that.
I feel like Scorpion has stabbed Sub-Zero enough times where even if it does land, Sub-Zero will be like, fuck!
Again?
Again?
Damn. I'm tired of this shit.
But here's the thing. At that time, every time he's been hit by Scorpion, he hasn't had to concentrate his power into freezing anything around him but himself. So he could help heal himself immediately. But if he's focused on freezing a huge ass tidal wave around him, and he's getting shot in the chest by a strong ass titan, mind you, from a god, not just any trident. So that thing could obliterate you immediately.
I feel like Sub-Zero could sprint on water though. They all have that crazy crouching tiger fucking walk on the air moves, you know?
Yes, that could be possible. But I'm just saying.
How about fucking like Sub-Zero just get on a fucking island and just be like, pull up, bro, stop being a little bitch.
He's just camping in the
freezes
desert.
all
What you
water.
gonna do, boy?
Freezes all water bodies around him. Well, now.
There's a lot more thought put into this than I expected to do, but that was a dope fucking answer.
I want to
I'm
hear
not
you
gonna
guys'
come back.
team ups, though.
I want to see his team ups and see, you know, the one-on-ones that you would like to see.
Yeah.
And potentially maybe happen, you know, with how a lot of these movies are turning out, how a lot of these deals are turning out. The fact that Sony is working with Marvel and you're now seeing Spider-Man gonna be on Disney Plus soon.
Yeah.
Anything can happen.
Anything can happen.
Mhm.
And if you've seen the newest King Kong movie, these movies don't have to make sense anymore. They
They
can be
don't.
complete bullshit. So you
It
know what?
just-
Anything could, it'll all work.
It really does. It's like, hey, you like this character? Hey, you like that character? Well, what if they fuck? And it's a simple concept, but sometimes I just want to see a giant monkey fight a giant lizard. And that's what I get, and it's amazing.
Yeah, honestly, it doesn't get any much better than that.
But in some last news, kind of to round stuff off, I know you don't play Apex, but
I used to.
yeah, we used to fucking.
I got a win back in the OG days.
Season 0 is
Yeah,
when
before
we started.
season 1 ever came out.
Exactly. You could only buy 2 fucking characters, and that was Mirage.
No characters were able to be bought when we're playing
That's
it.
true. Fucking.
It was just the base 6, I think.
I think so. But anyhow, Apex has been fucking pushing along. New trailer drop. I know you haven't seen it. I know you've been following Apex, but what we do know is Titanfall, and we know that game pretty fucking well.
Yeah, you told me, and we only had one real, actually, Titanfall character beforehand.
Mm-hmm.
And now that you're telling me that, like, I kind of want to get back on it because Titanfall is fucking.
So, you know what? Fuck it. If you know, you know, because this is some Titanfall references. Okay, so quick little run up of how exactly this happened. The new character that got announced, her name is Valkyrie. She's pretty important because she is the daughter of the character named Viper in Titanfall 2.
Oh, so not the 100 Thieves Valkyrie then, right?
Not the 100 Thieves
Oh, okay.
Valkyrie. No.
But it's pronounced Valkyrie.
Yeah, I don't that whole century. But anyhow, so I don't know if you remember the character Viper.
No.
But if you remember towards the end of the campaign, you know
so
the
this
North
part two
Star Titan who was flying in the air,
Oh.
who was arguably one of the hardest bosses in the entire game.
Yeah.
That's his daughter.
That's cool.
And the cool thing is that there's a lot of
I thought this was like hundreds of years after part 2.
No, dude, this is like 20, 30 years afterwards. So
And they've limited all the Titans already?
even Blisk,
Holy shit.
even Blisk is in the game. He's old as shit now. He has like white hair.
Damn, I didn't know
everything's
that.
like salt and pepper,
That's
like on his
cool.
beard. But now we have the first real Titanfall representative in the game. So she's the daughter, and in the trailer too, like you see her dad go on the mission in which he dies in. And
Whoa.
stuff like that. Like, he's like, oh, talking to his daughter, like, I'll be right back. I just gotta take care of this, stuff like that.
I just gotta get some milk real quick.
Yeah, and like, well, she knew, and then like her whole thing is that she was obsessed with the North Star Titan chassis, and she would like stole it one day and flew it and ruined it and stuff like that. So she's always wanted to be a pilot, and now for the first time we get a pilot in Apex Legends. And
Does she actually use the Titan?
We don't know yet. We don't know what her
I'm
abilities
hoping
are yet.
that's her special ability. Oh man, I'll hit the 2 bumpers and drop.
There's a lot of like you're probably not gonna get a Titan in the game or like a Titan shooting stuff out, but
Please.
it's a super dope character, and I got really invested in too because Apex, you know, we love Titanfall too.
Yeah.
The mobility of the game, the verticality, the movement, it's, in my opinion, it's the best shooter ever made.
Yeah. I do not
yeah.
disagree with you 1%.
It
100%.
is
That's
the
the greatest
best shooter ever made. And so it's hard for me to play a game like Apex Legends because Apex is super slow compared to Titanfall.
It's wonky compared to the fluidity of the controller that Titanfall both of them have had.
So now we get this new character who's supposed to be faster, who's supposed to have, and she kind of has like the whole like jump jet gear attached to her, so kind of like an homage to her father because she's also wearing her father's helmet too. And like strips down his old North Star Titan and uses it to build her own gear. So it's like there's so many different little references to Titanfall and stuff like that, you know, besides in the same universe. And it's so dope because it's like it's a game that is so beloved and is one of my favorites of all time.
And I like because like they off the bat from the very beginning, before they even showed footage, they said this is a part of the Titanfall universe. But it's never once really felt like the Titanfall universe. And they promised years ago, eventually we're going to make it feel more familiar.
Yeah.
It got to the point where they released so many characters and they're making so much money where it's starting to feel like this Fortnite, you know, template.
Yeah.
I thought they just gave up on that. You know, I wasn't expecting that at all. And the fact that you're telling me this right now, that is so exciting. Like,
it really
sure,
is.
it took a while, but they're fulfilling on the promise. They want
exactly.
That their roots are Titanfall. Is what made the company, and I like that they're celebrating it. That's fucking dope.
The only other time we ever saw a Titanfall representative was only in cinematic. There's rumor Blisk is gonna be in the game. Blisk is gonna be in the game. That never happened. It was just an April Fool's joke. Ashes, you know, she was the robot character. She was the Ronin in the campaign. She was dope. She got rebuilt in Apex, like in I think like season 5 or something like that.
Really?
Yeah. She's
the one who like kind of had the teleport thing going on.
She's best friends with Pathfinder, which is the robot, or she's friends with the robot Pathfinder.
Pathfinder was cool. That was like Pathfinder was the only one who was kind of Titanfall.
Yeah, and so like, but they were like only in cinematics, only for lore characters, only to like progress the story. And now we get our Titanfall representative.
I'm gonna re-download this.
Yeah, I'm so excited.
You're kind of hyping me up for this.
It looks super dope. It may not be a pilot that we're used to seeing in Titanfall, but I'm so excited, especially since there's now a new mode being announced. It's supposed to be a lot more fast-paced, a lot more fucking bloody, and very more, from what people are saying, possibly very reminiscent of how Titanfall was in terms of like, you know, pilot-to-pilot combat. So I'm super excited.
Hell yeah.
And I can't wait for that shit to drop. And there's so much stuff to be excited about as we kind of go over. It's cool. But that is something that I'm fucking looking forward to. I'm looking forward to Mortal Kombat, Shang-Chi and the Ten Rings. It's a good fucking time to be a nerd. I think it's like...
We're taking over the world. This is the golden like era for nerds for sure. I'm so excited.
And so anytime that we find out any additional news to make the golden era even shine brighter, we'll let you know as quick as we can.
And also we want to be a lot more like professional, but still keep the same conversational thing. So if you guys have any like topics we should more talk in mind and stuff like that, like things you want to hear, things we could do, things we can experiment with, please let us know.
Exactly. We want to make sure engagement is as much as possible. We're here to entertain you, so let us know how we can do that the best we can.
And most importantly, we want you guys to think of us when you're alone at night and you have nothing else to do, and your mind wanders and you think of attractive men, because we want to be the very first people that you think about, you know? So whatever you could, you know, advise us to do to be that much better, let us know.
I can't think of any better way to end off the episode. And so with that, thank you for joining us. Hope you enjoyed the episode. And we'll hope